The speaker I chose was Susan B. Anthony. I chose Susan B. Anthony because of how passionate her movement on women's rights to vote was, and how inspiring she was in her movement. The famous speech she is known for is on women's rights to vote. The speaker's main topic of the speech is how she believed that all women should have a right to vote. She believed that the crime she was accused of by voting was not a crime at all. She thought it to be simply exercising her right as a citizen. Her purpose of the speech was to prove that her voting was not a crime. She wanted to inform the audience that since she was a U.S. citizen, she should have every right to vote as a white male citizen. She even goes out of her way to mention that her rights are guaranteed to her by the national constitution beyond the power of the state to deny. Susan B. Anthony is giving the speech to inform people that she had done nothing wrong by casting a vote in the presidential election. And in her speech, she gives the reasoning on why she had the right to vote. She believed that she should not be arrested for exercising her right as a U.S. citizen. In her speech, she uses ethos and pathos. She uses ethos in her speech by referring to her audience as her friends and fellow citizens. She used ethos to make her audience to think of her as trustworthy. The pathos she uses is how she talks about the mockery of women to talk about the enjoyment of the blessing of liberty when they are denied the use of only securing them provided by the Democratic Republican government. This is her way to emotionally influence her audience. The most memorable part about her speech is when she says this: "It was we the people, not we the white male citizens, nor yet we the male citizens, but we the whole people who formed the Union." The research I have done does not give an exact location of where she gave the speech. However, I did find out that she gave the speech after she was arrested at her home in Rochester, New York. Susan B. Anthony was born on February 15th in the 1820s in Adams, Massachusetts. Her parents were Lucy Reed Anthony and Daniel Anthony. She had 6 siblings. She had 4 sisters and 2 brothers. She never married, and she died on March 13th, 1906. And in her life, she was known as an American women's rights activist. She was also the co-founder of the New York Women's State Temperance Society. And after her trial was over, she was found guilty of casting an illegal vote in the presidential election and was then fined $100, but she never did pay the fine. In conclusion, Susan B. Anthony's portrayal of women's rights to vote has inspired thousands of women to join her fight as well. That is why I chose her, because she's not only inspired others, but she inspired me to fight for women's rights.